Hello, Sang Salim, can you test? Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. Hello, please test.
We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thính, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh chiến diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liều sanh thoát từ ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfect Enlightened One. Nam mô Saranto Suchedo Ye Elahodi San Miao San Puto Sie. Nam mô Tát Đắc Tha Toya Daja Alahade Thamyo Thammo Da Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de xiao ci Yuan Jie Ru Lai Zhe Shi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Jing Liang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good no advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。 Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư Hòa thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 20th of September 2024. I'm coming to you via GoForce, and we're here to continue discussing the prologue to the Avatamsaka Sutra. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we are on slide 1024, and let's jump right into it. He's talking about here, in the background for you, he's talking about here, and this section here, he's giving us a glimpse of our world. This is Buddhist wisdom. This is what the Buddha describes in the Avatamsaka Sutra in great details. Thank you. And here it gives you the structure of the world where we live in. The Saha world is actually has three different realms, and so this is kind of cool description of the nature of our existence. Why things are that way, why we are that way ourselves. All right? And so 1024, and the three realms. Saha world is also called three realms. Three realms are three different realms. Number one, desire realm. Number two, form realm. Number three, formless realms. Okay? And so the Master YongHua goes into great details about what they are and the nature of life in these three realms. So, for example, our realm is called desire realm. Okay, so it says here, the first of three realms is desire realm. Desire being what is defiled and not pure. So desire, yu, dục in Vietnamese, yu in Chinese, and what is it in Koreano? Yo, yo. See, Korean is very close to Vietnam. Okay. So this is where, when we talk about yo, or desire, Master YongHua says, any desire is defiled and not pure. He's insulting immediately. He says, your desires, South Carolina, is impure. Do you have desires? Any kind of desire is defiled and not impure. In particular, that kind of desire that we all know. Desire for food, of course. What were you thinking? Okay, so all living beings within that desire, with that realm. Oh, what I do is I touch my thing here and messes up the connection. Sorry, we have to stop doing that. I thought it's a one Texunian problem. Actually, he's innocent. Shame on me. All living beings in that realm. So desire realm now. It's the three realms: desire realm, formless realm. Okay, in that order of status. So in desire realm, lowest realm, are born from sexual desire and die because of it, and revolve in impurity of sexual desire, rebirth after rebirth. This is how we live in our world. We're born from sexual desire of our parents, okay? And then we, because of that nature, that birth, we also are prone to sexual desire, okay? And when we die, it's also, the desire doesn't end. That's why we come back to continue this sexual desire. Yes, South Carolina, 4.
Master, I had a question about the desire realm. So once someone is on a different level, formless realm, is it easy and to slide back into the desire realm, or to have control, some kind of control over it too?
Good question. Okay. Remind me if after we go through this thing here and I still didn't answer you, it'll be clear. Okay. It's a good summary. Okay. After we describe this, I'll explain to you. It's a very good question. So he says here, the seeds and habits. The seeds are meaning that we planted the seeds in the past. That's why we're here. We're here because we planted the seeds of what? Desires. Okay? For you, it's sexual desire. For me, it's red car. As a reminder. Okay? We're different. Okay? We're not the same. I think. Anyway, so the seeds are because we planted in the past the seeds of desire. Okay? And not only have the seeds, also is a matter of habits. What are habits? It's referring to habit energies. Habit energies are the things that we do continually. For example, we like to play tennis. It's a habit energy, okay? To hit tennis. So the habits here are the action that developed based on our desires. And it turns out that we have desire, you take action to fulfill your desire, okay? That action there repeats itself. That's why it becomes a habit energy. Not just habit is physically an act. Habit energy is the driving force behind the physical act. Isn't that cool? So don't be so hard on yourself. You've been doing it for a long, long time. Me too. We've been doing it for a long, long time. I know after I'm dead, I still have this unfulfilled desire for a red car. I know that already. And I'll come back again and go for it again. It's called habit energy. Got that? Okay. And involved in a birth. So we're born here because we have this habit energy. That's why we pull back into the same area. Okay. And may not be as a human, but we can come back as an animal, as a ghost, as a god, and so forth. Okay? So that's the nature of the real reincarnation. This habit energy is so strong that it's pulling us continually, okay? Non-stop, 24/7, okay? And so we undergo death from sexual desire as well. So birth and death is from sexual desire. So take a look at attachment of any kind of living beings. Is there one without thoughts or emotional desire? Anytime there is emotional desire, there's defilement, and one is impure. Okay? It sounds so bad. Does it? And that's who we are, like it or not. And sometimes Buddhism is very brutal. Okay? Unless you're willing to look at it, okay, in an honest way, and you may say, I don't like this, I don't believe whatever, but you need to learn to be willing to look at it, okay, and look at it. That's the only way to break through this cycle. Okay, so we're impure, we live a defiled life, and that's why people cultivate a way they need to purify their mind and diminish desire. Okay? Excuse me. Unless we're willing to face our truth, okay, we cannot rise above it. Okay? And that's why once you face the truth, you need to cultivate the way, and therefore that involves purifying the mind and reduce desires. Okay? So I'm starting from tomorrow. I go from Ferrari down to, what's the next level? You guys are the most boring people on earth. No. That's poverty. Okay, 1025. That must keep the minds pure from attachments at all times. You know, when they translated this from Chinese into English, they have I'm sure they type some sort of typo. They are shortcuts. That's why the English sometimes they're messed up. I have to correct them myself because I'm guessing what Master Showa means. Okay. So the mind pure from attachment at all times and always be without thoughts of desire, decreasing and crushing it. So he basically says, when you see desires, any type of desire, try to reduce them. Okay? And try to reduce desire, decrease them, and crushing desires. Okay. This is Buddhist things. Only Buddhists would advocate us diminishing our desire and crushing our desires. All right? Okay. Let me finish this and then I will open the door for your questions. You might have some questions. The reason people in the world get into trouble is from letting thoughts of greed and desire arise. Okay? Yeah. Common sense, right? A lot of things we do are from greed and desire. Okay? When that happens, they create all kinds of impure causes and so reap all kinds of impure results. What's impure, the seed is impure, what you get is impure results. If you investigate it carefully, people have their own kind of desire, and so do creatures. Each living being, every kind of animal has its own brand of craving. Any living being that has awareness, feelings, and emotions has desire. That's why we live. Everyone who lives here is full of desires. You can deny it all you want, but this is how we are wired. Okay? But if you can have awareness, feelings and emotions, yet be free from desire, then you have reached your basic substance, which is pure. See, it's that simple. Very simple. You know you have many desires. And if you have awareness, okay, your six senses awareness, and you have feelings and emotions, okay, you still are okay to love, okay? Okay? But free from desire. Is it possible to love and free from desire? Is it possible? No? Not for you? Love a desire to you. You're a prisoner of love. 4. Go ahead.
I don't have that much love, but I have more desire than love, so I guess I'm weird. I don't know.
We can't help everyone. Yes, way mountain.
Master, just like Venerable YongHua said before, like we should get married by the name only.
So love, you.
But like.
You love, so you get married. That's love, right? And no desire is by name.
What's the point by doing that when we? What's the point of getting married if not like? I don't know.
What, like having sex, you mean? Just spit it out.
Yes.
It's so bad, I have to say it. And you know, they're going to, AI to cut this off and say, Master YongHua advocates having sex. Well, that's the way it goes. Okay. All right, so what's the point? Getting married and have no sex.
How is that possible?
Have you heard of Mahamoggallana and the, what's the name of that wife of his? I think purple golden bhikshuni. Okay? They got married. They've been married for 500 lifetimes. Okay, and when they met each other again, it's a long story. Basically, Mahamoggallana is the only son of a rich family, and so the parents said, "Get married, give me grandchildren." Okay, and he says, "No, I don't want to get married. I want to cultivate. Okay, I want to really cultivate." So the parents said, "No, get married. You must be filial. You have to pay filial piety. It's a Chinese thing." And so he said, "Okay, I'm filial, so let me get married. I will only marry a woman who emits a golden light. She can be ugly, as as a pig, but she's got to emit a golden light." Okay. Tu Bác Giới in Vietnam is one of the worst things you can call someone. You're as ugly as a Tu Bác Giới, as a pig. Okay? And so the parents are rich, So he said, no problem. Ha! Ha! You wait and see. And so they sent people all over, is it India or China? I forgot. India, thank you. India, okay? Huge country, India, okay? Yeah. And they found a girl who actually emits a golden light. And she's pure, okay? And so they bribed the parents of the woman and say, can we buy your daughter? Basically, you name a price, that's what you learn from. You give me a number, I will write you a check. Okay, so they convinced her to go see him, see Mahamagalyana. And Mahamagalyana look at her and say, uh-oh. So he had to marry her. Okay, so they got married. Okay, but unlike Hong's expectations, they never did the Lao Tao. Don't ask me to translate Lao Tao, okay? Use your imagination. Anyway, so they pretended to do it. So my point being that it's possible. Never. No kid. Yeah, no Lao Tao, no kid. Yes, 6.
I just want to say to Hong that he's speaking as someone who has never married, and he has a lot of illusions about marriage. It sounds like it's not what you think.
Yeah. Yes, I will not touch that. YouTube question.
Thank you, Master. Dintai asks, how do we know what love is without first falling in love? Thank you.
The point is that you can love someone but have no desire. It's called pure love. And don't ask me what it is. I just heard of it. Yes, did you have a question, ma'am? Do you have a complaint?
Hello. That was exactly my question. What is love without desire? Because even if Mahamagalyana got married, there was a desire to get married, right?
Yeah,
There's a desire to be still together, even there's no kids. So what is exactly that?
No.
Or isn't love without desire, like not taking responsibilities?
I don't know because how can I answer if I don't know what it is? But it's according to our scriptures. They got married, they never Lao Tao, and then so no kids, okay? But they lived like husbands and wives. Okay, she took care of him, he took care of her. And eventually they met with the Buddha, and then they both became a monk and a nun. And then they separated. That's what happened. Yes, sir. Do you have anything to add? 5.
Emitofuo Master is Mahakashyapa, not Maha.
Thank you. Yeah, Mahakashyapa. Is it Mahakashyapa?
Mahakashyapa, yeah, Mahakayip, yeah. Not Mukking Ling.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, it's Mahakashyapa. That's why he lived to be so long. Okay? So, what you don't understand is the love that we used to is usually connected with the desire. Okay? What there for them is that they've been like that for many, many lifetimes. So it's not for many, many lifetimes, they have that kind of love. And there's no desire. All right, that's all I know. Okay, believe it or not, it's good. Frank has Ripley believes it or not, you know. Anyway, and so impure results, and you know, it's funny because people can say that I love you, and it's not about, you know, the physical part. Okay, it's the I really, you know, they really care. They really want to, you know, the physical part is not that important. It's not necessary, if you will, in that sense. Okay, and you start with that. Eventually, you will diminish you will no longer have this physical desire anymore. Yes.
Hello. So caring is not desire.
Well, the love manifests itself as caring, deep level caring, but it's not the caring where you want to take care of someone, you know, and so forth. But you're not asking for any rewards. You don't need to have any feedback to care or to love. That kind of love.
Right. So I guess the question is more desire means something you want, right? So there's still a light level of desire there.
There's no sexual desire.
No
anymore.
sexual desire.
No sexual desire. Absolutely.
So the desire here is specifically referring to sexual desire.
Yes. Okay? Like bodhisattvas, they have desires, but they don't necessarily have sexual desire. They desire to help us. It's very strong for them, much stronger than sexual desire. Does it make sense? The bodhisattva's drive is much stronger than sexual desire. And that's why you need to sacrifice sexual desire for you to be able to go there, to get to that level, if you will. Okay? And I want to stress upon this for all of you, especially for you Westerners. Okay? Don't think that when they say that you free from desire is actually a sacrifice, is you're taking a loss. Actually, when you do that, okay, and if it's truly a loss, then it's not Buddhism. Buddhism, you taught to do things because ultimately it's your bigger gains. Does it make sense to you? And the Buddha has plenty of disciples at various levels, from first stage art, second stage art, and so forth, and lower and so forth, to show that when you have fewer desires, you're better off. They're happier and happier and happier and happier and happier. And this is a misconception. We ordinary people, we chase after our desires and seek fulfillment of our desires without realizing we're entrapping ourselves. We're making ourselves miserable. Whereas if you follow Buddhist teachings, okay, and the pathways of Bodhisattva and the way, practice the way, okay, on the surface you are giving up things, you're taking losses, actually you're gaining big time. Okay, and that's why couples like Mahakashyapa and his wife, the purple golden bhikshuni, okay, they gave it up because many lifetimes before they tried it already and they said, wow, this is better for us. Okay? All right. If you can have, okay, so you reach a basic substance which is pure. So basically, that's what he's saying. You're aware, okay? You're aware because you have a sense organs, you have feelings. It's natural for us to have feeling because it's not just now, but the feeling that we've been having for each other for a long time, okay? And emotions, okay? We're creatures of emotions. Yet, you have those because that's a natural functioning That's how we function. But we can be free of desires. So don't look at it as cultivation as becoming a piece of wood, have no more emotion, have no feelings, have no awareness. You're just like a normal human being, but you, except for the lack of desires. Okay? And that's possible. That's all. Okay? And that's why he says, you reach a basic substance. This is what we are fundamentally like. All right? That's all. And that's purity. Next. Next he talks about the next form. So the next realm. See, remember, desire realm, okay, is where we have a lot of desires and we chase after our desires and to fulfill our desires. This is the nature of where we live. Next level up, if you, in answer to his question, if you have higher level of blessings, then you'll be born to the form realm. What happens in the form realm? Okay, they have no desire, meaning sexual desire. Okay, nonetheless, they're still greedy for form and color. So what he's talking about is, because where we are right now in a form realm, in a desire realm, okay, we have all sorts of desires, in particular sexual desire. But you cultivate, this is very important, you practice chant and you enter the form realm, meaning you enter first dhyana, second dhyana, third dhyana, and fourth dhyana. Okay? Which let me see. All of you here tonight beyond that already. Okay? Then you have no more greed for desire, for sexual desire. It's there, okay? It's there. It's latent. It's not like you're not done. You don't say, "Oh, I'm free from sexual desire." No, it's not. You just like deactivate it temporarily. It's deeper, at a deep level. What happens to the desire realm is that the desire manifests itself at a very coarse level. Okay? But when you go to form realm, the sexual desire is still there, but it's much more subtle and manifests itself in the form of desire for form. So for example, they are attached to form and they're happy. They don't need to have sexual gratification to be happy. And this is in answer to a question earlier, is why do you bother getting married? You get married and you can stay in dhyana and you don't need sexual gratification. In other words, I don't know why I'm coughing now. In other words, this is a practical application. If you are overwhelmed by sexual desire, where are you? Where are you? You are in the desire realm. Your mind, the state of mind is within the desire realm. If that bothers you, if you enjoy that like home, then do whatever you want. Okay? However, there's some people, okay, like you, who practice already, and you said, I'm not sure I want this. Okay? Okay? So all they have to do is enter dhyanas. Any type of dhyana, they are no longer harassed, oppressed by the desire. The sexual desire. That's a practical consideration. It's real. Yes, 6.
Is it possible for higher level people that their sexual desire harassment happens at a higher level, so they cannot just enter first level dhyana and they will be free of it.
It's a sexual desire, as long as there is you still in desire realm. Okay?
So then in
And the more advanced practitioners, you switch it off just like that.
so the higher level people, they would not, then they should not be bothered by sexual desire if they.
No. They switch, they flip the switch. It's like a light switch.
Okay.
That's all. That's all for them. That's what they don't realize. This is what most cultivators don't realize. That we teach you all this, so eventually one day when we get to the prologue, then we tell you, oh, by the way, you don't have to let yourself be harassed by that desire. You are able to flip the switch yourself. Okay? The reason when you flip the switch, actually you still have a little bit of that, and that's why you learn, you develop the skills to flip the switch and completely be free from that. You switch it off, just turn off the lights, boom, that's it. That fast. Is there some practical considerations? Yes, 4.
So I noticed I was able to do that a bunch of times, but then...
A bunch of times only?
No, I mean, let's say like if I wanted to succumb to whatever, I could go there, but then I was able to turn it off like you mentioned with the light switch. I was able to do that too, so...
Yeah. That's what I told you.
It's a personal choice, so like I'm going to control my life or...
Yeah. If are you going to be in control of your life, or are you going to be victim of your desires? Desire is natural. Okay? Now you have a choice. That's all. Hung, he said, I'm going to indulge because I'm in love. It's nothing wrong with it. Does it make sense to you? It's about choice. What do you want? What is your preference, if you will? It's not about condemning people, you have sexual desire, therefore you're inferior. No, it's about whatever the conditions are, this is what it is, and it's up to you. Yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. Gee, it's so nice if you live all alone. You don't see anybody and you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have any relationships. You're not married. You know, you're all by yourself. You can be in an ivory castle. You can be in a hut.
That's what I thought I have, but it turns out not to be the case.
But when you're married and your significant other is not interested in meditating, or he's firmly entrenched in this world, there's a little bit of an issue. I can't say, okay, honey, it's okay, just calm down. Calm down.
You go take a cold
shower. Switch it off.
Yeah, go take a cold shower.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's not really applicable, right?
And that's your debt to him.
My debt.
Okay,
that's
don't
my
blame him.
karma.
Don't blame others. The reason it happened is because we
it's
have
me.
commitments. We have prior
Yeah.
commitments. Yeah.
I have a prior commitment.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
So hey.
So it's okay. There's no need to condemn people who feel like you're superior or inferior. It's nonsense. It's just a fact of life. It's about your choices and whether you have enough blessing to stay there long enough. Okay? Because even if you enter the dhyana, but if you don't have enough blessing, you will come out. So it takes skills to enter, but blessing to stay there. Is it clear? It's a complete picture. It's not that frivolous. Anyone else? Okay. What's interesting about the form realm is that the sexual desires now is much more much more suppressed, much deeper. And it manifests sexual desire now manifests itself in the form of they like form. They're so attached to their form. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, at what stage of your skill level can you just turn it on and off like a light switch?
When you get to 4A, fourth stage Arhat, you can squash sexual desire. Below that, you have, it's still latent. It's still, you can only, it still exists at a deep level in your psyche, whereas a fourth stage Arhat, you're free. Okay? Do you have the skill to really disassociate yourself from that? But again, the point is that, do you have the blessings to stay there? All right? Because the desires are eventually, is a form of suffering. When you chase after desire, it's suffering. You understand it is a suffering, therefore, if you don't have enough blessings, you need to suffer. That's our realities. All right? So in the form realm, they're very attached to form. So they all have this, this very, very deep attachment to the appearances. Okay, and they're very refined appearances, unlike us. Okay, you too.
Thank you, Master. We have a comment and then we have a question. Dintai says, but if we enter dhyana, how can we enjoy the flavorful tea? And Samson asks a question. He says, Emitofuo, Master, for those who are at the level to turn off these desires at will, does giving into these desires cause us to regress in our progress? Thank you.
Cause us to what?
Regress in our progress.
We live in the desire realm, like it or not. Okay? Meaning that we're subject to all sorts of desires. Okay? The only way for a fourth stage Arhat not to have any desire is to enter samadhi. If he's outside of samadhi, he's going to have desires. Contrary to the scriptures who say Arhats are free from desires, it refers to the Arhats who are in a constant state of samadhi. Then they have no desire whatsoever. However, okay, in order to be there, they have to have the blessings not to suffer from desires. If they don't have enough blessings, they will stay in the samadhi for a while and then they have an exit. Okay, this is a misconception about the Buddhist disciples. The scriptures made it look like, Arhats is that we never suffer again. No. Okay? The reason that you improving is because you're suffering. If you're not suffering, you cannot improve. The reason you're rich is because you feel you're poor. No? It's the truth. You ask all the rich people, you ask like Elon. He still feels that he's not rich enough. He still feels poor. That's why I want to be richer and richer and richer. What I have is still not enough. Okay, same thing. The reason that you improve is because you are suffering. This is a secret in our world. This is why Shakyamuni Buddha created this world where if you are able to endure the suffering, you will improve. That's why Amitabha Buddha sent his disciples here to the Desire world so that they cultivate and they improve faster. Yes, 4.
Master, the desire for color, that can be anything, right? Or it has to be, his sexual desire is desire for color?
Okay. The sexual desire is the deepest level of desire that engenders all the other desires. The red car is basically sexual desire. Whether it's Toyota or Ferrari, it's still sexual desire.
That leads to desire for color, like for the car and everything. I mean,
the color, for the haute cuisine, for the Piazza Piana, the Chanel No. 5,
like
you name it.
The desire to make America orange again is.
Yes.
I mean, this guy was gonna.
Yeah, it's also sexual desire, definitely. Desire for orange is sexual desire. So that when you shot in your ears, instead of wiping it off your face, because you wipe out your face, you see that the face is actually painted. It got my attention immediately. Why is that? As soon as he got up, if I were normal people would go like this, right? No, he's like this because he's not like, see, what I don't care. No, he's afraid to wipe it because then the face is not orange. And then the Democrats will find out. And that's sexual desire. What else is it? Anyway, maybe I'm going too detailed. So anyway, so the form, okay, so at the form realm, the sexual desire is deeper. So it doesn't manifest in the forms of physicality anymore. Now it manifests in forms of, I like the shapes, the forms. And that is fulfilling enough for them. They don't need the sexual gratification like in the desire realm. Desire realm, Hung needs sexual gratification. Okay? In the form realm, looking at, being beautiful, looking at beauty is good enough. Okay? And then, next realm, the formless realm, what are they attached to? They're attached to emptiness. They let go so many things that they enjoy the bliss of emptiness. They realize that it's much better than the other. The other desires are too coarse for them. So they said, no. Is that clear? So that's why if you develop a skill, this is why it's so important to you. If you're in the desire realm, you basically are helpless. You are tormented constantly, like orange face. I mean, my president, my future president. Okay? I'm authentic Republican here tonight. Okay? So, he's, our leader, okay, is basically driven by that desire, okay, because he cannot know the peace of mind of first dhyana, or second dhyana, or third dhyana, or fourth dhyana. So that's the only thing that makes sense to him. Yes, 4.
Master, you said at a lecture at Blue Mountain Temple that Trump is first dhyana. Is that true? You said that Obama was third dhyana and Trump is first dhyana.
Yeah, but he doesn't use it. See, the difference between us is that we train you and then we teach you how to use it. If I didn't explain to you tonight that the fact that you are in, you're way beyond your formless realm and you're higher, and therefore it's a matter of choice. You don't have to be a victim of your desires. As soon as your desire you don't like, you flip the switch and you turn it off. Whereas my leader, he doesn't know that he can turn it off. And he doesn't have the training to turn it off at will. At his level, it's haphazard. Okay? When he meditates, even if we teach him to meditate, he doesn't necessarily enter first dhyana most of the time because he's thinking, ooh, yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. Two questions here. Diego asks, Emitofuo Master, is the form realm in the heavens?
Yes, it's suspended in the air. So they live in palaces, and they actually, like this, they don't walk anymore. Yeah. Okay?
Okay, the next one is from Cordelia. Emitofuo Master, I don't have the desire for physical contact. The desire for form is not much. But now, the emotional love seems to be harassing me. Emotional love had been bugging me all my life. How do I get rid of this desire for emotional love?
For whom?
Thank you.
Emotional love has all sorts. Emotional love is that from your mother, from your son, from your husband, from your boyfriend. You know, it has different strategies. Yes, DTT.
마스터 예전에
Don't be jealous.
Yes,
That's tomorrow.
마스터. 저는 네, 마스터. 저는 노란 얼굴이라 네, 화이트 얼굴을 인정하겠습니다.
Your face is more yellow than white. Mine is orange.
네, 마스터. 말씀대로 저는 노란 얼굴이라 하얀 얼굴을 질투하지 않습니다. 그냥 받아들이기로 했어요. 쌍수이 먼저 코멘트 부탁드릴게요.
Master, I'm a yellow face, so I will not jealous the white face. I will accept it.
마스터, 제 질문은 예전에 제가 기억하는 3년 전에 하셨던 말씀인데 선지식의 도움 없이 나올 수 없는 그 선정의 레벨의 구간이 3선, 5정, 8정이라고 하셨어요. 저는 그렇게 기억하고 있거든요. 한번 끊을게요.
Master, 3 years ago, you mentioned that the third dhyana, the 5th samadhi, and 8th samadhi, we cannot get out of the
5정도 있어요, 스님.
the dhyana.
그러니까 3선, 5정, 8정이었어요. 마스터, 제가 기억하기로.
Third dhyana and 5th samadhi and 8th samadhi. We cannot get out of that dhyana without the help of good knowing advisor.
Something like that.
근데 제가 5정이나 8정이 선지식의 도움 없이 나올 수 없는 구간이다라는 건 좀 납득이 되는데요. 한 번 더 끊을게요.
I can understand that we cannot get out of from the 5th samadhi and 8th samadhi without the help of good knowing advisor.
근데 이제 제가 조금 이해가 안 되는 부분은 3선 부분이 왜 선지식의 도움 없이 나올 수 없는 구간이라고 하셨는지, 그리고 한 번 더 끊을게요.
But I cannot understand why the third dhyana we cannot get out of it without the good knowing advisor's help.
No. You don't need a good knowing advisor. You don't need at all. Yeah. You got it wrong. I never said that. Is that why you slave for Master XZ? Tell the truth. Is that why you slave for him for years? I said, because help me get out of third dhyana and 8th samadhi. Is that why? Confess.
마스터, 제가 분명히 기억을 하고 있는데요. 마스터께서
Let's not
삼선에서
go there. It's okay.
선지식이
It's okay. Don't worry about it. And you misunderstand it, and maybe I was wrong. The point is that it's no longer relevant. Your concern does not apply. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, don't worry about it. You're above it. You made it. You passed it already, right?
감사합니다. 감사합니다.
Sounds good. Okay, yeah. What I'm telling you is that Buddhism, you learning all the structures here of the cosmos, where things are, because there's a way to get there. And you experience it yourself. Okay? And as you become more skilled, you are able to, for example, push a button in an elevator and get to the penthouse, get to 11th floor. Okay? And that's a skill. That's all. So what we do is we train you to develop the skills. We help you develop skills so that now it's up to you to choose which floor you want to get off. That's all. If you feel like enjoying the food with your family, enjoy the food with family. Nothing wrong with it. It bonds. It creates, it strengthens the bonds. It's a good thing. Okay? And then if you feel, when you by yourself, you say, okay, I don't need to be harassed by this, you can go wherever you like. It's a matter of preferences. But you now have a choice. That's all. Anyone else? Okay, so here, in 1026, basically, when you have desire, you basically are in the desire realm, operate in the desire realm. All right? Be aware of it, that's all. Meaning it has some advantages. If you enjoy the food, you want to enjoy the food, don't go to the form realm, don't go to the formless realm. It's nonsense. You should stay in the desire realm, enjoy the food. All right? Don't be stupid and say, I don't want to enjoy food. Then what are you doing here? Your mother spend the whole day cooking for you, standing on her feet. And then you say, I don't want to be attached to food. You're poisoning me. Are you crazy? What is the matter with you? You're not real. Okay? You're here because your mother is supposed to poison you. Get that straight. Out of love. It's called payback. Okay? So that's why you need to be aware of where you are, desire, whether desire for coarse desires, then your desire realm. Do you want to be there or not? Okay? When you more refined, you say, oh, I'm only attached to form. Then you in that dhyana range. And then your third range, formless realm, where you really attached to very, very little, which is emptiness. Very few things you're attached to. You can let go easily. So that's why if you're full of desires, what do? Don't blame it on your president. Okay? Just enter dhyana, enter samadhi, and you're free. That's all. It's up to you. It's no one else's fault. Yes, 4.
So human beings in the desire realm have they have in common with the animals and the ghosts too, because they're all like full of desires. So there's the only chance of a human being escaping that world is to spiritually cultivate to
That's right.
leave that desire realm.
Stop liking goats. It went over your head. Okay, never mind. That's okay. Okay, continuing, 1027. Okay, Master YongHua is very, very, very very pedagogic in whatever the English word is. Okay, but I want you to understand what he says is very, very useful. That's why we visit his teachings, because you see, he teaches from a theoretical perspective and pointing at you that with that knowledge Okay? You understand now why we help you develop the skills to apply the knowledge. It's your choice. Nothing wrong with it. Live, but choose to live. Live as you choose to live, not live as a victim. Okay? Okay. People can be very intelligent, yet still be unable to put down desire. Meaning what? We all. Okay? We don't have the blessings, therefore, we cannot put down desires. They may have a very intention of letting go of it, but when it comes right down to it, they don't let go. They may want to and want to be rid of, but then not get rid of it and instead become confused all over again. That happens because one lacks true actual wisdom. Okay? You have any kind of wisdom, you would put down desire the way he said you will. This is where he's a little bit off. Okay? Let me tell you, this bottom line here that he failed to teach my generation is that the reason that you cannot get rid of desire is because you're supposed to suffer. You don't have enough blessings to escape desires. Very much like you're supposed to go hungry because you don't have money in your pocket. Okay? That's the problem. You suffer because, in other words, if you have blessings, then you suffer a lot less. You have so much blessings, you will not suffer. Except for some special cases where you're supposed to suffer because it's for your own good. So it's a lot more complicated than you think. But the point being that it's not necessarily because you lack true actual wisdom. It's because it's what it is. Okay? And the bottom line, let me tell you, is that the common denominator is that, do you have enough blessings or not? You don't have enough blessings, it's wishful thinking. You say, I don't want to suffer, you have to suffer, you don't have enough blessings. If you cannot afford to buy a burger, you're supposed to go hungry. It's that simple. Okay? It's there. Okay? There are plenty of burger shops, plenty of food around, but you cannot afford it. You can't buy it because you don't have the blessings. Period. Okay? It's not about it's not about true and actual wisdom. There are plenty of people who have so many blessings that they don't need to suffer the way we do. Okay? Yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. This is a follow-up response from Cordelia. She had asked about getting rid of the desire for emotional love. Okay. And then you had asked, but from whom? And she said, I guess it's only at this point from my partner. After a while, I don't care about that person and I move on, but then it's the same issue again when I'm with the next person.
I can't help you. I won't even try. Because I only lose. Okay? I can't tell her to become a nun. Yeah, what's the problem? Are you causing problems again?
No, Master. I have a question.
You what?
So, I have a question.
A what? A question. Stop it! You're messing with me, with my hearing. You know, when you get older, say, "Am I losing my hearing or not?" Go ahead. God, these people—they're so bad.
Wait, so I'm not quite certain. Cordelia, if Cordelia doesn't want to love her partners, then why is she seeking partners? What's the point of having partners if you don't want to love them?
You ask her. Why do you ask me?
I'm asking her through you, Master.
Yeah, go ahead, Cordelia, answer him. We want to know, yeah, how come? I told her already, but she didn't pay attention. Go ahead, Cordelia, answer. I gave her the answer already, but she wasn't paying attention. Honey, hey, where is she? Is she at work? She's working? Seriously? Right now? Okay, I'd be worried. Huh? What's the answer? Why do you have sexual desire for your partner? Or even your partner, someone else? Why? Why? For?
Is it because of ignorance?
Don't talk like a Chinese. Come on, man. You're white. Anyone else? Yes, Chinese person.
So Cordelia said that it's not the sexual physical contact desire, right? It's the desire. So he said it's the emotional love. In YouTube.
Same answer.
Oh yeah, she answered. Wiki.
I taught all of you already. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, because we owe them. Karma.
Daniel, what do you have to say? Daniel, WMT. Catholic Daniel. What did your God tell you?
So, in my own point of view, is that it's the creation that we are participating in. So therefore, I think Buddhists go to a little more extreme. The Catholics go into that. Catholics, we say that you have to have only sex with the person that you married because it's basically making it's like making part of the church. But outside the church, if you marry someone outside your marriage, then it's a sin. Or you're having sex you're having sex outside your marriage is a sin because you're not participating in God's creation anymore. You're deviant behavior. But if for the Buddhists, it's like no sex and not even with your married person, it's too extreme for me, so I'm not going to even touch it.
You don't know what you're talking about. Never mind. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Hello, am I there? Okay, here, I got an answer
here we
from
go
Cordelia.
again. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I initially loved the person, but want something in return, but never got that feeling.
Yeah.
So after a while,
Yeah.
I drop the person and I move on to the next.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah, and then she says, well, the reason I do that because you owe them.
Yeah.
She owes, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Huh.
The point is this. I gave her the answer, but she does not want to use it. Okay? It's perfectly normal for you to have desires, whether it's emotional desire, sexual desire for someone. It's normal. Yes, DTT, go ahead. This is what we are. What are you talking about? You're going to deny you have desire? Are you kidding me? Go ahead. White face.
네, 마스터. 오렌지 페이스입니다, 마스터. 노란 얼굴입니다, 마스터.
I'm yellow face.
마스터. 화이트 페이스라고 하면 또 네, 백인이겠습니다, 마스터.
But if you say me white face, then I will be.
제가 좀 전에 말씀께서 말씀하셨는데 그게 감정적 욕망이던 성적, 신체적 욕망이던 복이 부족하기 때문에 거기에 매인다고 생각하고 고통을 받는다고 생각합니다.
So Master already mentioned, but whether it's an emotional desire or physical desire, because we don't have enough blessing, we are attached to it, and then we got suffering.
Okay, very good. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, here's the reality. We're here in desire realm. Okay, therefore we have thoughts of desire. That's natural. Okay, it's up to us individually to choose how to handle it. All right. Take the example of Master YongHua. I don't know him that well because he died before I have a chance, okay, to play around with him. But here's how it works with him. Okay? If you have a body, you have some desires. Okay? Because this body, remember what he said himself? His body he got because of his parents. So therefore his body has desires. Is that clear? No two ways about it. He said it himself. Okay? So the body we got is from sexual desire from our parents. Therefore, we have sexual desires. This is how we're born. This is how we're wired. We're wired to have sexual desire. So what he chose to do when he was younger, okay, is that he says, I refuse to indulge in this desire. So he enters samadhi. Okay? And he can sustain it. He says, I don't want it. And he's able to do that for a long, long time because of the blessings. Okay? He came to our world, brought with him like this wealth of blessings so that he can use it to do his work. All right? That's how it worked with him. How about us? We don't have his blessings. Therefore, we will have desires, and then we can then use our blessings. We're not like him, let's face it. So we can use our blessings we have, or build our blessings, so that we can develop skills to turn it off. That's all we can do. That's our reality. Okay? We have desires because of our body, so we develop skills to turn it off. That's all. We use our blessings. You don't have blessing, you can build blessings to entitle you to develop the skills to turn it off. It works for anyone, and not just anyone can do that. Okay? So that's why for normal people, we need to first build blessings and then develop skills so that we can choose. Why is it important? Because at times, it's so overwhelming. For example, never mind about sexual desire, how about drugs? Huh? It's overwhelming too. Okay? If you have the samadhi power, you can rise above it too. Okay? So that's why, that's the practicality of it, is that we need to build blessings to enable us to develop the skills, which then also, blessing enables us to stay in our samadhi longer. That's all we can do. Okay? Meaning that if we have desires, and it's a natural thing, because that's where we live, and if we get to the point where it becomes unbearable, take a break. Don't let it spin out of control. Because you have a choice. That's all. Master YongHua is different because he has the blessings, he has a job, he has a program. He says, I need to do certain things. In order for me to fly, to mess around with other people and, and heal people, I need to be pure. So all his blessings is used for that purpose. There's nothing left. Okay? So he has to stay in samadhi so he can heal people and do those things. Okay? But that's in order, when he does that, then he cannot really connect with you. Because he cannot experience what you're experiencing. If he cannot experience what you're experiencing, he cannot really help you solve your problems, teach you how to solve your problems. He can only shoulder the problem for you. He cannot teach you how to solve your problems. Am I making sense to you? If you don't know what the problem is, how the heck are you going to know how to solve it? So if you tell him, I have this problem, he said, I don't have that problem. I don't understand. Okay? So there's a price. When at his state, there's a disconnect. So he cannot really be in our shoes. Therefore, he has to teach us only the principles on how to approach it. That's why he says, it's a prior slide here, impure causes, results, and so forth, and craving, and so forth, and no longer attached to form. But actually, he lacks the actual experience of the torment that we undergo. He doesn't have that problem like we do. Therefore, you notice in his teachings, when people ask him, for example, I have my boyfriend, I love my boyfriend, and then I'm getting tired of him, I want another boyfriend. He says, lesson desires, shame on you. Even between husband and wife, shouldn't have sex. Those are standard Buddhist things that you can find in any books. But he lacks the appreciation of what's burning inside of you, because he doesn't know what it is. That's a trade-off. You're having too much fun, Yong. Yes, Wei Mountain.
I have a question. I just want to see the Buddhist perspective because I'm curious. Are all desires evil? All desires are evil or impure or impure?
To have desires is human. Yes, it's impure, but it's human. So you're going to deny that you're not human? You design you. In Buddhism, my friend, we recognize a problem, and then we teach you, help you develop a skill to fix that problem, and now you have a choice. Do I stay human or do I get out and take a break? That's where skills comes in. Whereas you don't have that choice. We train our people, our Buddhist people, to develop the skills that enables them to take a break. Because if you don't take a break, you'll be overwhelmed by your desires. You're helpless. very much like you're a drug addict. They basically are helpless. That's all. Okay? So what he teaches is the right principles. The theory is pure about Buddha's wisdom. Okay, it's all true. However, it lacks the individual applications to you. Okay? So, what he teaches is proper, is correct. Desire realm, we are tormented by desire. Therefore, we can take a break and go to the form realm, where we only have desire for form, much lighter form of desires. And then if that's still not enough, you can go to formless realm, where we basically have very few attachments. That's a true break for us. Okay? You want to be better? Okay? Then you can go higher and higher and higher and higher. That's the practical applications of the cultivation. You're in control of your life. It's your choice. Okay? So if people who don't have the choices, don't undergo the training, are not taught how to deal with their problems, then they are victims. He calls it making the rounds of desire, form, formless realm over and over again. 6-spoked wheel up, 6 past rebirth, gods, asuras, people, animals, hungry ghosts, and hell beings. You never get out. That's why the ancients said, and so forth. So basically, he says, this is why it's called the wheel reincarnation. Okay? But what I'm teaching you is slightly different. I'm teaching you is that this is why we stress so much about helping you develop the skills so that you can have a choice on how to live your life. You're in control. If Cordelia is attached to her boyfriend and she says, I'm tired of you, then every time she's with a boyfriend, all she has to do is go to form realm, formless realm, or even higher. Nothing he does will reach her. And if she wants to connect with another boyfriend, go to the desire realm. Don't be a princess. And be above everyone. Okay? So it's a personal choice. What do you choose to do? You have that choice. Did I answer the question for you, Cordelia? Okay, so Master YongHua, back to 1028, he says, the ancient said, the 3 realms have no peace. That's right. We constantly agitated in the 3 realms. Okay, desire realm, a lot of desires. We completely, are shaken up, by desire. One desire after another, And then you go to the form realm, few desires. Formless realm, even few desires, but still desires, And basically, it says the 3 realms have no peace or no security, because if you stay in the 3 realms, then you have no peace, you have no security whatsoever. It's not as great as you think, Don't be so proud of yourself. It's nothing. What you have achieved in the 3 realms is really nothing to be proud of. Yes, 4.
If the 6 guiding principles state to practice no seeking or no desire, how do people become Buddhas?
By following the 6 principles. You do that by eliminating, this is what he doesn't explain to you, Chinese people, and you Vietnam people. You don't know how to do it. That's why I said earlier, he talks about the principles, but doesn't tell you specifics. When he says no seeking, if no seeking, then what kind of seeking? I, as an American, Western educated person, I would ask immediately. That's why I was never given a chance. I said, Master, I have a lot of seeking. If you tell me no seeking, where do I begin? I'm shocked that his disciple never asked him that question. I would ask him point blank, Master, with all due respect, I have a lot of desires. I have a lot of seeking. Where do I start? It sounds impossible for me to know seeking. I have a lot of seeking. Which one do I start with? I'm going to answer myself. You don't ask a question, I don't have to answer you. JMT. I help you answer it by telling you what to do without answering you. This is what I taught all of my disciples. I trained all of my disciples. I taught them no fighting, no seeking, and so forth. Okay? The 6, 7 principles. And they never asked me, what is he seeking here? Where do I start? And since they don't ask, I have to find ways, figure out ways to tell them how to do it. Otherwise, they cannot make progress. And the results speak for itself. Unless all the progress is based on the 6, 7 principles. If you do that, you can go very, very far. But if you look at the wording alone, it's confusing. It's too vast. It's too theoretical. Where do I start? Especially if you're an old person. And you say, no seeking, I've been seeking my entire life. How can I stop seeking? I need to seek in order to support my family, to feed my family. People who depend on me. I'm successful because I seek. You ask me to give up my success? See? So the no seeking is confusing. And his own disciples never asked him that. My turn, when I came around, I asked his disciple, I said, what does it mean, this thing here? Please tell me what to do. And they could not tell me because they were never taught. It's not about knowing. Let me give you the answer. It's not about what you need to know. It's about me telling you what to do at that moment. That's all that matters. If you look at the theory, you said, no seeking, okay? You have the same problem as I did. I say, oh, seeking. Where? Which one? Where do I start? Where do I begin? And that's why, I'm glad you asked the question. That's why it's very important for you to keep on listening to the Dharma. Because in there is a code that tells you what to do. And a test of your, pay attention, everyone, do you believe or not? If you believe the words you hear in the Dharma talks and the tapes and so forth, okay, it's a test of your faith. And you believe it. If you don't believe, like Daniel, you can listen to it for the next 100,000 million years, lifetimes, he will not get it. Never. Doesn't matter how many times. Now you know why Master YongHua did only two things. Stay in samadhi to save people, to demonstrate the power of the Dharma. Okay? Number two, what does he do? Spoke a lot of Dharma. That's the biggest value he brought to our world. Stay in samadhi to show to us what we can do, all of us are able to do. Okay? And number two, speak the Dharma. That's why treasure the teachings. This is why we're studying it. I elaborated for you, because what he taught is still theoretical. Yes, 5.
Emitofuo Master, I think, I don't know that I understand it right or not. For us lay people, we have to go to work and we have to support our family, so we do constantly seeking and like everybody else, but
and see how far you got.
Yeah, but
you're seeking constantly every day.
Yeah,
see how far you got, regardless.
And then when we
isn't that contradictory to what his teaching is?
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
That's why I asked Mito. He said, "Where do I begin?
Yeah.
Where do we need to drop?"
Yeah. And then when we go forth, and then we drop it, and we come here, we drop everything, and try to cultivate. Yeah. But when we get out of here, we come back to the lay life. We are allowed to do that, so we can switch it on and off.
Yes, JMT.
Đi là Phật. Cái câu hỏi cái quý vị nào mới hỏi đó, mà muốn tu thành Phật mà cái dâm dục không có tắt làm sao làm tu? Thì Đức Phật đã dạy rõ ràng là chúng ta có chú Lăng Nghiêm, bà Ma Nan già nhiều đời nhiều kiếp ân ái với Ngài A Nan, dùng bùa ngải bắt A Nan về dâm dục mà chú Lăng Nghiêm giải quyết, mà bà ấy còn thành A La Hán. Cho nên Đức Phật mới nói là chú Lăng Nghiêm nó sẽ giải quyết cái đó như là gió mạnh thổi tan đống cát, không có gì là khó khăn. Cái bà đó cư sĩ mà còn như vậy, thì chúng ta có Đức Phật giao một cái bí truyền chú Lăng Nghiêm. Còn thứ hai, cái câu anh Dũng mới hỏi là người đời mưu cầu. Anh làm mưu cầu thì cuộc sống của anh phải làm, nợ của anh và gia đình và nợ xã hội, mình sống mình phải trả nợ xã hội. Thì anh làm theo job description của anh. Anh bán cái công của anh một tháng bao nhiêu, ông chủ anh liệt khoai cái đó, anh làm cho đúng cái đó, anh lấy tiền. Cái đó không phải là mưu cầu của cuộc sống. Làm sống cho anh và anh trả ra cho thế gian cái sản phẩm của anh công bằng, đâu có gì là xấu hổ đâu. Xin hết.
Emitofuo. So those who just asked that if we want to become a Buddha and with no sexual desire, if we don't turn it off, how are we gonna cultivate? So clearly that the Buddha have taught us the Shurangama Dharma. So in the Shurangama Sutras, specifically say that Madangya Matangi daughter, the Buddhas use Shurangama mantra to resolve the problem for her. Even with that, ladies has a really strong sexual desire. He used Shurangama mantra to blow away her sexual desire. So the Buddha give you that secret transmission of Shurangama mantra. Then why don't you use it? And second question is from Yong, is that about the seeking. So in this normal life, we have to work. It's like we have to pay back the debt to our society. You go to work, the boss pay you back. So I think that it is not, we're seeking for life, for this life. So saying in a fair way, I don't think that there's no need to be shameful about it. That's all.
Okay, let me answer. Let me teach the old monk. In the Shrangama Sutra, the example was to use the Shrangama mantra to fix Matangi daughter's problem. Okay? It's a low-level problem. But for example, it doesn't work for everyone. It's not a way that you understand. Oh, Abbot, it's not like that. All right? And so this is why there's a lot of intricate details that you don't understand. That's why we need the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas to come and teach us. None of you understands it yet. That's why it's a lot more. It has a lot more going on than we can possibly explain to you. Okay, so I cite the example of Matangi's daughter is basically after he listened to the Buddha's sermon, she certified to second stage Arhat. And after the Buddha helped save Ananda, he certified to first stage Arhat. It's very, very low level. And you don't use the Shranga mantra just to deal with that. It's strong enough to deal with that level, okay? But at higher levels, for example, the old abbot, if he uses the Shranga mantra to deal with certain of all the problems here at the temple, he can't. Shranga mantra is not going to work. It's not the way it sounds. This is why it's misleading. Yeah. You too.
Thank you, Master. Cordelia wrote in response to you, and it's kind of lengthy, so I'll just shorten it for her because of time. And she says, yes, Master, thank you. I appreciate your long explanation. I realize now that that I live in the Saha world, and I'll just drop it every time it happens and not be so harsh on myself. Emitofuo.
We're here. We're supposed to suffer. Stop whining. Okay, DGT.
마스터 질문에 대해서 그 마스터 XC께서는 이제 능검주를 사용하신다고 말씀하셨는데요. 네, 저의 대답은
Master XC explained to use the Shrangama mantra. My answer is
마스터께서 예전에 그 내려놓아야 되는 거에 대해서 말씀을 해주셨는데 일단 기본적으로는 우리가 복을 짓고 선지식의 가르침을 따른 다음에 네.
Before Master explained about the letting go, we first create blessing and then follow the good knowing advisor.
그다음에 이제 내가 가장 나를 괴롭히고 있는 내가 구하고 있는 가장 좀 그러니까 우리가 원하는 구하는 거에도 그 우선순위가 있는 거잖아요. 네.
There is a level of seeking.
그러니까 예를 들면 어떤 사람한테는 빨간 차가 가장 1순위이지만 또 어떤 사람한테는 또 그 쉑쉑버거가 우선순위일 수 있는 것처럼 그렇게 네, 한 번 더 끊을게요.
For some people, the red car is the most seeking one, but some people they seek the shake burger the most.
이런 식으로 각자 개개인마다 내가 가지고 있는 가장 구하고 있는 가장 강력한 우선순위를 첫 번째를 인식하고 그것을 내려놓는 걸로 노력하라고 저는 그렇게 마스터의 예전 법문을 기억하고 있습니다.
So recognize what's the most attachment, the seeking I most, and then drop it. That's Master's instruction.
Yeah, we all have limitations. It's not the way. This is misleading to tell everyone that the Shranga mantra can fix everything. If you're Buddha, you can fix everything. You're not a Buddha, you can't. That's the bottom line. Then otherwise, no need for you to become a Buddha. Okay? Don't be stupid, thinking that Shranga mantra can fix anything. No, it can't, because you're not a Buddha. Only Buddhas can use the Shranga mantra and fix everything, but not us. Therefore, the incentive is the encouragement for us to go there so that we can really do it too. Don't have a big head thinking you can do anything with the Shranga mantra. It's not true. For example, Master YongHua, if he is able to use Shranga mantra to fix everything, why did he die? Bottom line, huh? He ran to his limitations. He can't fix it anymore. Therefore, he has to die. It's right there in front of you. Who are we to tell people we can fix anything? We can't. We can fix a lot of things, but not everything, because we are not good enough yet. This is why there are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Yes, 4.
Well, what do you feel I should refrain from seeking?
I told you already. You have to listen to the instructions. When you're in need, when you're tormented, that's when you turn on the machine. Then you understand. When you don't have a need, there's no need to give you instructions. The instructions are meant for you, are meant to solve your problems. You have no problems, we're not going to give you anything. And since you don't have us 24 hours a day with you, therefore, this is a gift for all of you, and thank you for asking the question. I alluded to that by it's a test of your faith. Do you believe or not? You believe, then when you're in trouble, when you're at a loss, you don't know what else to do, cross your legs. Okay? Doesn't work? Listen to the Dharma. That's it. Then you see the answer, eventually. If you believe. It's a test. You don't believe, you can listen all you want. Like Daniel, Catholic Daniel. He can listen. He thinks he understands, he doesn't. The only way for you to really understand is to be able to do. You cannot do, then you don't understand. Oh, but do you understand? If I give you someone with cancer, can you fix the cancer with your Shranga mantra? You can't. You die if you do that. That's why I don't allow you to do it. It's because you don't understand Shranga mantra yet. You're not capable of doing it yet. That's why you're not allowed to do it. Therefore, be careful when you explain the Dharma. Don't make a sweeping statement that this can do anything. It's not true. Because they're going to ask in your face, can you do it? Can you heal me of my heart issue? What happened to your Shranga mantra? How come you still have a heart problem? Why did your YongHua master die? He can't even fix his own birth and death. See the problem? Be careful. They can turn the table on us. Thank you, everyone. Good discussion. You are getting tougher and tougher to please.